talking about the meanings and processes I've used to create a series of digital artwork. I've selected 4 pictures from my series I wish to share with you in this film, which I'll talk about shortly. Before then, this is what I do to create each picture. I chose to set a goal in creating a series of photographic-based digital artwork with a simple message applied to each image. I decided the photos taken by me specifically for this project would need 2 things. Firstly, they would have to include text of some kind. This would make it much easier to understand. Secondly, it must be directly related to the Zeitgeist movement in some way. Visually, there are so many things I could have used to make this work. However, I thought it more poignant that I borrow straight from writing about Zeitgeist from either myself and members of the movement. This part is most important. It is what I use to validate my work in the movement and link it with the background photography I have taken. The process is deliberately simple. I don't want to blow people's minds with varying themes and unmade beds, at least not today. The idea of Zeitgeist is simple and something that needs to reflect in my work. Each photograph has a phrase associated with or about Zeitgeist. The words are made from samples of the background image, rearranged and then superimposed in a new layer on top of the image. The edges are then blurred, so when we look it would seem that the words are suspended somewhere between our eyes and the background, becoming more visible, more 3D as a result. Nature. I love nature, and so should you. All of my images are related to the natural environment in some way. This is the subconscious behind the text. This is what ultimately matters the most. If you take care of this, then it will take care of us. In these pictures, the text is made through the environment. Take the background away and the text has nothing to live by. I want you to really think about the importance of this aesthetic and those relationships therein. You may notice some of the text is not too easy to read. Yes, I know earlier I said I wanted to make this easy to understand and be direct, but I can't let you, the viewer, have it too easy on every occasion. The very nature of our lives and trying to understand the world is that it is not always going to be easy. When you take time to look at, interpret and understand what is in front of you, I believe it will make the experience a whole lot more rewarding. In the society I draw my influences from, there is a phone number for everything, and instant gratification is guaranteed, with 12 months extended warranty. From what I observe in my own surroundings, and through living it, my opinion is that we need to engage our minds and think beyond the goalposts set by another man's idea of life, our life. I feel this message is seen strongest in the image, "You are conscious," which we will see shortly. This photograph is taken at a place called Minston Chapel. It is in the countryside near to where I live. I chose to use this picture in the background because it is a good representative image of decay. The significance of the photograph is not entirely too clear. However, when you know it documents a religious building in decline, it speaks for itself, especially where greed is involved. The text in this image is more clear than most in the series. The message in this image I have put with the photograph of a lone tree. I want the text to be interpreted as a way to identify with the tree when we want to help others. I do not only want to help other humans, but other forms of life, because this will ultimately benefit everyone. All I want to say about this image is that we're all in this together. Maybe some of us are on different branches, but without a doubt, we share everything equally. This is one of the more difficult texts to read. The repeating pattern from the background photograph is reflected in the makeup of the text. Aesthetically, it is well balanced, with an even pattern across most of the frame. As I mentioned earlier, I feel the need to learn how to see the text is most rewarding, and the phrase here is offered as a prize and realization, because you are conscious, you are human.